you are a fan, as we've seen on your Instagram account, of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yes, sir.
Now, you are most decidedly not from Kansas City, correct?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Now, you're from the island of Jersey,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Just near the coast of Normandy, but
Absolutely.
you're obviously on the UK side of things.
Yeah. It's considered a crown protectorate, so part of the British Isles.
Okay. So now, how do you become a Kansas City Chiefs fan, Henry?
Well, spending a lot of time in America, learning to enjoy football, I realized I had to choose a team. And it's never wise to choose a team based upon who your partner is, because what if you fall out?
It's true.
And it's also good to have some rivalry in the house anyway.
Yes.
And I was trying to think of something which would always stick. And I figured Superman's from Kansas. I was playing Superman at the time. And it just kind of made sense to me.
So if Clark Kent was born in, or Jor-El was in Pittsburgh, you'd have been a Steelers fan? Is that what we're saying?
Steelers was my next choice, for obvious reasons.
The man of steel, right?
But yes, I just figured, that's going to be somewhere where I feel a very close connection with that character.
Sure.
And therefore a close connection with where he's from.
That's where you chose the Kansas City Chiefs from?
Yep.
No kidding. And so we just showed photographs of you on the sideline of their playoff game a couple of years ago, but just 2 Januaries ago against the Steelers that night. What was your experience in Arrowhead?
It was loud. I like how loud it is there.
Right.
It is absolutely fantastic. What I found the biggest thing for me was how much of a spectacle it was. I wasn't expecting to go down to the sidelines for one. I was expecting to sit up in the stands and watch the game from there, and that was a privilege enough. But going down there with the giant flamethrowers and stuff, and that's some exciting stuff.
Yeah,
it's like I imagine it would feel very similar to be a gladiator in Rome, comparatively speaking.
Well, the first time I went to Arrowhead and I heard them during the national anthem, when they say, and instead of home of the Braves, they substitute the word Braves with Chiefs. And it just came out of everybody's
it's cool.
Everybody's gut. It really just took me aside.
I like it. It's a good stadium to go to.
Okay.
And this coming season, I'm going to try and get there as often as possible.
Okay. So you would consider yourself a Chiefs fan?
Absolutely.
But are you're a rugby individual first, would you say?
Yes.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Did you play rugby?
As a boy, I played rugby.
Okay.
Yep. And up until, 18, 19, and then the career started.
Yes.
The hardest thing for me about American football was coming over here and comparing it to rugby, because they're two very different sports. I didn't realize that at the time. I just saw two contact sports, and I thought, wait, one of them they wear pads and the other one they don't.
Yes.
So, and one of them they run more and the other one they don't. So which one do I prefer? And I was like, definitely the harder one. But American football is more like chess than rugby is. Rugby I consider more like a battlefront. It's non-stop moving, shifting, changing, and it's grueling. And American football is you're moving pieces and you're making set moves all the time.
Yes.
And it's I didn't get that at first. And then when I did get it, I learned to love the game. And they're two very different things.
The X's and O's and moving pieces around. And
everything is so precise.
But in rugby, it's just like you're just bashing heads together. I mean,
that's the thing. You don't bash heads together because you're not wearing helmets. So you're trying to avoid head bashing.
Because, so many people say that the way to take head injuries out of American football is to take the helmets off them, that they would not be bashing heads if the helmets weren't on.
The thing is, if you take the helmets off, you have to take the pads off. It's the hard plastic which is causing an injury. And so if you then have the head unprotected, it's going to be way worse. I mean, we've now gone this far with American football.
Yeah.
I don't think if you take it all away, is that going to take away part of American football?
So which is tougher?
Which is tougher?
Yeah, rugby or American football?
You know what? Both have different levels of toughness. I think there's something about rugby, which I said feels a lot like war. Mm-hmm. It's nonstop and it is grueling, but you see the injuries which come out of football?
Right.
That makes them pretty tough.
So which is tougher, rugby or filming a Mission Impossible film? Which is tougher?
Well, we have to film Mission Impossible for a year.
Could you imagine playing rugby for an entire year? I can't believe...
It's got to be rugby.
It's got to be.
Then again, there's less likelihood of death. In a Mission Impossible, there's a high likelihood of death on a number of occasions.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.